What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to talk about hooks. So, hooks in Payload. They are where your app's real business logic lives, or should live. And they run at the exact moments when data is created, when it is updated, or when it is read. And they're powerful because they let you apply code automatically everywhere throughout your app, right? And so that means you need to be very intentional about what belongs in hook or what should run async. So if you've got really complex logic, there's a point you're going to hit where you're going to want to pass that off into the jobs queue, for example. So in this video, I'm going to walk through 3 examples from validation to derived data to handing work off to the jobs queue so you know exactly when and where to use hooks. So let's just jump right in. So first up, we have a pretty straightforward validate hook. And I'll show you where this comes from first. Let's find our hooks. So we have this before change. So we want to run validation logic when someone is about to publish a post. There are things we want to check to make sure that our content stays in line and we're not posting things that are missing crucial pieces of data. Pretty straightforward stuff, but still very powerful and very helpful when you are dealing with multiple authors, this kind of thing. You don't want to be worrying about going back to check all that by hand. So this is a before change, and what it does is it checks if there is a hero image or a meta description before somebody publishes a post. So pretty straightforward, but like I said, it is very helpful because it's short. It prevents people from publishing posts with a missing image, with a missing meta description, and yeah, straightforward. So pretty cool. Um, so you can see it in action. So here is a test post, and I have no hero. I've got no meta description, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go publish this post. It's ready to go. Nope. So select a hero. Oh, still can't publish. Got to fill out my meta description. This is a description of the post I want to publish. There. Now I'm good. So, that was just hanging there. That was an easy one. But like I said, you can use it just if you think about that type of logic, it makes everything else really easy. Like, oh, I want to check this before this happens. Before change. Easy stuff. Okay, so the next one we have is our after read hook. So add reading time. And many of you can probably figure out what this does already. So I got the idea because way back when James and I were working together and we both wrote PHP and were forced to use WordPress, we did some logic with some blog post to calculate the reading time. And at the time, that was like mind blowing. It was the coolest thing ever to me. And it's so simple, but really helpful. And I think that a lot more um, posts and more articles on the internet need this because somebody like me who's very ADD, I need to know exactly how long something's going to take me and whether or not I want to invest my time in it. So I made this little after read hook. So all it does is it goes through the post content and calculates how long of a reading time that is in minutes. So it fires after payload fetches the document, and then what you can do is use that on the front end and show people how long your post is going to take them to read. So pretty straightforward stuff, but very cool. Neat little example. So you can see our logic here. It goes through lexical and it finds the content, all its children, and then says, okay, this is X amount of time. So you can see here, reading time 2, estimated time in minutes. So let's just make sure this works. So let's take our content here and we're just going to, so as you can see, we have autosave. So it's automatically every time I'm adding more content, it's calculating. And now we have a 10-minute blog post. I'm probably not going to read that, but you get the idea. All right, so last one up. So this one is going to be a little more complex than what belongs in a hook. And so I mentioned that briefly in the beginning of this video. At some point, you're going to have complex logic that's going to be too much for a hook, and you're going to want to pass that off to the jobs queue. And so let's just check out how we would do that. So let's set up the scenario. You have your content manager, you're working with a large team of content editors, and they're publishing posts, editing posts all the time at the same time, and you want to keep tabs on what's going on very easily. So we are going to use an after change to create a notify Slack task that sends a Slack notification to whatever Slack channel you want and lets everybody know when a post is published, when the SEO title is changed, when the meta description has changed, so that somebody like a content manager can keep tabs on the state of their content. So whether somebody changes those meta fields intentionally or on accident, they know what's going on at all times, and this logic is able to run in the background without stopping any of your content creators from doing their jobs. So if you imagine that you have this whole team doing that, that's firing off a lot of notifications at once. And if you cram all that into a job or into a hook without the jobs queue, and you get one error from some person on their post for something else, that's all going to fall apart. So let's just check this out. So you can see we've got our after change, we've got our notify Slack. So it's going to run obviously after every save, and it is going to check first post changing from draft to publish for the first time. Notify the Slack channel. This blog post just went live. Great. Somebody goes in there and they're like, oh, I'm going to change the SEO title because I think this is better. Notify Slack. They're still in there and they think, now this needs a better meta description, and they update that. Content creator gets notified. So very simple stuff, but this sets up the idea in your head that, oh, when this happens, do this. And so like I said, the benefit of doing this is that you're passing all this logic off to the jobs queue. Everyone can just keep doing their jobs. It's going to run in the background. If it fails, the jobs queue will retry it. So whether it's 2 posts that cause an error, 1 post, whatever, all of that is going to be handled by the jobs queue, and you don't need to worry about your hook managing all that logic and at some point silently failing without you knowing about it. Because then what happens? You've got 3 posts with updated or missing meta descriptions or titles, what have you, and you have no idea. So this is just an easy way to do that. To round up, we did a validation. So check for a hero image and a meta description. We added reading time so people know how long they're going to read your blog post. And then we took some complex logic from our change hook and passed it off to the jobs queue. So I'm going to publish all this. I'll push this to a repo. You guys can comb through it, check it out. Use this obviously for other ideas, we just want to see what you guys can come up with. So hope this was helpful, and thanks for using Payload.